Hi and welcome to MOREMIND Yoga. My name is Liz Joy Oakley and today I'll be taking you through a Bhakti Yin Yoga practice. Our theme this week has been all around connection, and Bhakti is a really beautiful way of dedicating your practice to someone or something that you would like to send some love and some good energy to. There are 4 paths to enlightenment. Bhakti being the path of devotion. Karma, the path of action. Jnana, the path of knowledge. And Raja, the path of wisdom. The path we'll be focusing on, Bhakti, literally means the devotion of love. So what you'll need for our Bhakti practice tonight is a couple of books, grab yourselves 3 or 4, and a few pillows and a blanket. So when you have those things, get yourself settled on your mat and close your eyes. And let's start by taking a few deep, focused breaths into the nose, out through the nose. Into the nose, out through the nose. Just finding a steady, gentle, comfortable flow from inhale to exhale. Just allowing any distractions or busy thoughts to drift away from your consciousness. Focusing solely on your breath. Into the nose, out through the nose. Just relaxing the body, clearing the mind, and taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keeping the head bowed, bring your awareness now into your heart space. You can either keep the hands where you are, or you can bring the palms to rest over the heart. And I invite you to bring into this space a Bhakti dedication for your practice today. Perhaps a person or place in the world that really needs some devotion, some good energy, some love today. And as we move through our practice, I'll continue to invite you to come back to this devotion, to return your consciousness to your dedication. So with the eyes closed, head bowed, just take a moment to really bring this focus into that space of the heart. Imagining that your devotion is a seed that will begin to grow and blossom as we move through each posture. And when you're ready, taking a deep breath into the nose, opening the mouth and letting the breath go. Slowly blinking the eyes open. And bringing the hands down to the ankles, rolling over the knees. We're going to start by coming into a dangling pose. This will be our only standing pose of our practice today. So tucking the toes and just walking the feet forward to the backs of the wrists. Keep a little bend in the knees first. We're going to bring the hands onto the thighs above the knees. Lift up just to lengthen the spine. Take a breath. And exhale, fold down. So knees are bent and soft. Bring the weight into the soles of the feet and the toes. And then catch the elbows in the hands. So the arms are going to help. Just very gently weigh the shoulders forwards. Relax the head. If the neck feels stiff, nod the head a few times. Yes? And you can shake the head a few times. No. We'll be in this first pose for 3 minutes, and we'll begin to slowly increase the length of time we stay in each pose as we begin to become a little bit more open. So in our first posture, just beginning to relax into the pose. Letting the head feel nice and heavy, letting the arms feel nice and heavy. Breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Into the nose, out through the nose. And keeping the awareness on the breath. Just continuing to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Just imagining any stress, any tension, any strain you might be feeling in the physical body is melting out through the crown of the head, through the shoulders, down into the earth that supports you. We are already halfway through the pose. Finding stillness now. Maybe closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. And if the awareness drifts to other things, it's guiding your focus back to your dedication, back to your devotion. Coming to our last 60 seconds in the pose. And approaching our final 30 seconds, our final 5 breaths. You can maybe begin to straighten the legs for these last 5 breaths if that feels comfortable. Breathing in, out through the nose. Breathing in, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Final 2 breaths. And final breath. Move slowly to come out of the pose. Bring the hands down, step the feet back. We're going to come straight into a child's pose to rebound. So knees open, heels together, extending the arms out and bowing the head. You might like to bring one of your books under your head just to support you. If not, turning the head to one side or forehead on the mat. So we'll be here for 1 moment in our rebound pose. This just gives us an opportunity to rebound from those longer poses that we hold during our yin practice. And in your rebound pose, in your child's pose, bringing your awareness solely back to your dedication. Imagining that you're sending every breath to that devotion, to your Bhakti. And taking a few last breaths into the nose, out through the nose, into the nose, out through the nose. Last breath in. And last deep breath out. Slowly start to walk the hands back in towards you and come back into a tabletop. So knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. We'll move through a few cat and cows just to gently open up the spine. So moving slowly with the breath. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, drop the belly. As you exhale, curl the spine up, so you're drawing the navel up and in. Inhale, reversing, opening. exhale, slowly curving the spine up. On the next inhale, move back through into your cow and close the eyes, really noticing any spaces in the body that feel tight or tense. Exhale, curve the spine up, noticing again anywhere you're feeling tension. Beginning to really connect to how you're feeling. And then coming back to your neutral spine, we're going to come to lay on the belly now. So make your way down onto your mat and extend the left arm out. We're going to come into a shoulder stretch. So extending the left fingertips out from the left shoulder. You can maybe use a book for this one underneath the head. So see how you're feeling, but keep a book handy just in case. Bring the right hand underneath the right shoulder, and we're going to roll onto the side of the body first. So the legs are stacked on top of each other first. See how that feels on the left shoulder. If you need a book under the head, you can bring one to rest under the left temple, otherwise left temple on the mat. And you can either stay here. If it feels okay to go a little bit further, remember Yin is all about finding our edge. It's not a restorative practice. You can step that right foot back behind you, and you can maybe take the right arm behind as well and just drape it behind the back of the body. Just making sure the head is supported or comfortable down on the mat. And then closing the eyes. Finding your breath. Finding that steady flow of inhalation to exhalation. Inhaling, exhaling. Steady, gentle, flowing breaths. And as we begin to find stillness in this posture, guiding your awareness back to your dedication, back to your devotion, back to your bhakti. And we will be in this pose for just 2 more minutes. Just seeing if you can allow the body to relax in whichever expression of the pose you're in. Seeing if with every breath you can invite a little bit more softness. Continuing to breathe deeply into the nose and out through the nose. Into the nose and out through the nose. Coming to our last moment in the pose, keeping the breath flowing gently. If the mind wanders, bringing your awareness back to your dedication. And coming to our last 5 breaths, breathing in, out through the nose. Breathing in, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Breathing in and out. And last breath. Now moving as slowly as you can. Begin to just take that top foot back on top of the left if it's lifted, and slowly take the right hand down so you can roll onto the belly with support. Press down into the palms and come back into child's pose from here. You can either open the knees wide side, or you can bring the knees together for an extended variation. I would suggest threading the arms alongside you for this pose, just to really let the shoulder restore and release after that shoulder stretch. And just noticing the difference that you'll be feeling now in that left shoulder to the right shoulder. Just noting the difference energetically. And taking a few deep breaths here in our rebound pose. Remembering if the mind wanders, guiding the awareness back to the breath, back to your dedication, back to your devotion. When you're ready, take a last deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh the exhalation out. Slowly start to walk the hands back in towards you now, and we'll come onto the opposite side of the pose. So making your way through tabletop and then back onto your belly. Taking the right arm out to the side, so making sure that your wrist is in line with your shoulder first. The left hand comes underneath the left shoulder and rolling onto the side of the body first. Seeing how that feels in that right shoulder. And you can step the left foot back if you would like, and maybe take that left arm around. Just seeing which expression of this pose feels best for you. Remembering to support the head under that right temple if it's not comfortable to have the head down on the mat. You can close the eyes if that feels more comfortable. You could maybe bring the awareness back to the heart space to help anchor your focus to your Bhakti devotion. With every exhale, allowing yourself to relax just a fraction more into the pose. Seeing if with every breath you can invite more softness, more stillness, more peace. Continuing to breathe deeply. And we are approaching halfway through the pose already. If you notice the mind wandering, guiding the awareness back. Going to our final 60 seconds, our last moment in the pose. Maybe going a little bit deeper if that feels comfortable. Finding your personal edge with this pose. And preparing to take our final 5 breaths. Breathing in, out through the nose. Breathing in, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Last 2 breaths just in your own time. And slowly, bring the left hand down under the left shoulder, Slowly rolling back onto the belly and coming straight into your child's pose from here. Maybe taking the arms alongside the body. If you'd like to get into the hips as well, you can open the knees a little bit wider, bring the chest down, and then bring the arms alongside the body. This can be a really nice variation after that deep opening shoulder stretch as well. So taking a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Last inhalation and a last deep exhalation. Slowly coming out of your child's pose. Coming through a tabletop, and make our way now into a twisted dragon pose to work into the hips. So keep the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to take this left foot forward in place of where the left hand is. Keep the right hand underneath the shoulder. If you need a little bit of support here, you can place 1 brick or 2 bricks, 3 bricks, 4 underneath that right hand. So whatever feels right for you, and you might like a blanket underneath that right knee, especially if you're on a hard floor like I am. So you can either just keep the left hand on the knee, opening, or you can bring the left hand inside that left knee and gently press it away to get a little bit deeper. So we're rolling that left shoulder open, looking over the left shoulder and opening into the chest. Nice. Closing the eyes and breathing into the pose. We'll be here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes on each side of this one. So inhaling into the nose, exhaling into the nose still. Nice. If you're feeling quite open, if you haven't quite found that edge yet, you can roll the weight onto the outside edge of the left foot to get a little bit deeper in. See how that feels? Opening into the chest, rolling the shoulders open, and then finding stillness in your pose. If the thoughts, the mind begins to wander and fluctuate, without judgment, guide your awareness just solely back to your dedication, your devotion. Breathing in, out through the nose. Breathing in, out through the nose. Coming towards our final 30 seconds in the pose, and maybe coming a little bit deeper for this last 5 breaths if that feels comfortable. You can maybe open a little bit more into this left leg, sending it out to the side, rolling onto the outside edge of your foot. And taking your last few breaths. Last inhale, last exhale. Slowly start to sit back onto that right knee. Bring the left hand down and sit yourself back into child's pose, either extended or knees together for your rebound pose. Extending the arms out, resting the head down, and taking a few deeper breaths here. Into the nose, and maybe sighing out through the mouth. Into the nose, Sighing out through the mouth. Breathing in. And breathing out. Just allowing everything to completely relax. Letting go. And taking 3 last deep breaths in our rebound. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling, letting go. One more deep breath in. And a long full sigh to release. Coming out of your child's pose. And coming back into your tabletop to move to the opposite side of our twisted dragon. So place the hands under the shoulders, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, and then step the right foot to where the right hand is. Remember, you can use a brick under that left hand if you need to give yourself a little bit more height. Bend into that back leg, bend into the front knee, and then bring your right hand to rest either on the knee if that feels enough, or you can place the hand inside the leg and begin to gently open. Looking over the back shoulder, maybe rolling onto the outside edge, remembering there's always time to explore the depth of the pose as we spend our time in each posture. So finding that edge, whatever that is for you, wherever that is for you, listening to your body, and maybe closing the eyes and bringing the awareness inwards. And as we begin to find stillness, bringing your focus back to your devotion, sending some love, some energy, some good thoughts, like rays of sunshine out of the heart and out to your dedication. Halfway through, so coming to our last moment in the pose, keeping the breath slow and steady in and out of the nose. And preparing to take your final 5 breaths, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Last few breaths, just in your own time. And when you're ready, slowly, mindfully beginning to make your way out. And you can either come into your child's pose for a rebound, or you can come through as though you're coming into child's pose, but walk the hands out in front and let your chest slide down towards the mat for a heart-melting pose instead. You can either rest the chin, turn onto the cheek, or bring a book underneath the chin to give you a little bit of support. So, slightly different variation. If you'd like to take it for your rebound, settling into our rebound pose. And we'll be here for 1 minute. Maybe taking a few deep breaths to help completely relax the system. And taking our last 3 deep breaths in your rebound. Breathing in. Sighing the exhale out. Breathing in. Sighing the exhale out. One last breath. And one last deep sigh as you exhale. So slowly making your way back onto your hands and knees. From here we're going to cross the feet and make our way onto our sitting bones. So for this next pose, you will need all of your props, depending on how deep you want to come into our dragonfly posture. So a nice opener for the legs, nice opener for the hips as well. Grab your pillows, blankets, books, whatever you need, and bring them in between the legs. And open the legs to width that feels comfortable for you. We're not trying to get into the splits, I feel comfortable doing that. So opening the legs to a point where you can feel it. So you're finding that edge first. And then let the toes relax. You can flex the feet and then let the toes go. So the legs are relaxed, passive in this posture. Bring the hands down, press into the fingertips and lengthen. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, start to walk the hands out in front of you. Now this is where you can use your props. If you'd like to support the head with books, you can do that. If you're comfortable coming just onto your pillows, you can relax there. Or if you're okay without a pillow or with one or a blanket, you can walk the hands out a little bit further in front and then let the head relax down. So making sure that the legs are passive and letting the arms extend out, head relaxing down, and then turning the palms up to help to remove the ego from the pose. So making any last little adjustments you need to make to find stillness in this posture. And then closing the eyes. We're going to be in our dragonfly for 5 minutes. Don't panic. Completely safe staying here for that long. Just allowing everything to relax. Make sure if the head needs to be supported, it is. If it's not down on a mat or on a blanket or a prop, please do make sure that your head is supported so your neck isn't strained in this posture. And the reason that Yin can be such a healing practice is because we spend so long in each poses. By taking our time and spending a few moments in each pose, up to kind of 5 minutes in most traditional classes, it gives the body an opportunity to open into spaces that we don't often allow ourselves to get into. So we're working into the deep connective tissue between the muscles, the fascia, and really giving ourselves time to allow the body to heal, to work into these deep spaces and release tension, toxins, emotions often as well. You might notice in some of these poses that you begin to feel certain emotions stirring, angry sometimes in some poses, why won't this end? Or frustration, why can't I hold this longer? Why do I want to move? Sometimes positive emotions as well. So whatever is coming up for you in these poses, allow those things to come up, allow those releases to happen. It's amazing the incredible results when we allow those releases to occur rather than pressing them down. Another reason Yin can be a really healing practice. So we're approaching halfway into the pose. For the next 2.5 minutes, I invite you to just practice surrender, practice stillness, and keep your awareness on that dedication, on your devotion, on your bhakti. As we move towards the last 2 moments in this pose, You could remove one of your pillows if you're using two. You could remove a blanket or a brick just to begin to explore finding a deeper edge in the posture as the body opens gently into it. To our final 60 seconds, our final minutes in our dragonfly. Just allowing yourself to surrender, maybe bringing awareness back to the breath if the mind has wandered. Coming to our final 5 breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Last breath. Last deep exhale. And slowly, moving mindfully here, begin to walk the hands just slowly, slowly, slowly in. Move any props, pillows, blankets away, and come onto your back for our rebound pose. You can lay completely flat in Shavasana, or you can draw the knees in, give yourself a little hug. It can feel nice for the back of the body. And then either extend the legs out flat, or you can bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees just fall open. Closing the eyes down and taking a few full deep breaths in our rebound. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And coming to our last deep breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Slowly making your way back up onto your sitting bones. You can roll your way back there or press your way up. We're going to cross the feet and come back into a tabletop. We're going to come into a sleeping swan pose now. We're going to be on each side for about 5 minutes. You can use props if you'd like here, guys. You can use your cushions underneath your chest, or you can come in without, whatever feels right for you. So come through your tabletop. And take the left knee forwards to the back of the left wrist, sliding that right leg away. And you can adjust how deep you come into this pose. You can adjust your edge by bringing that left foot slightly closer to being in line with the front of the mat, or you can have it slightly more tucked underneath you, whatever feels right. One nice modification for this pose is to take a couple of your books, your makeshift blocks, and bring them underneath your left sitting bone. Take an inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, slowly start to come down into your pose. You can either stack the hands to make a nice base, or you can extend the arms forwards. Just making sure that the head is supported. You can use another brick underneath your forehead to support your head. You can rest the head down, you can turn onto a cheek, or you can bring one of your pillows in and rest the head on there. Closing the eyes and breathing into the nose and out through the nose. Into the nose, out through the nose, into the nose, and out through the nose. Starting to find stillness in the posture, slowing the breath, calming the thoughts. Allowing yourself to settle into the pose. And as you find stillness, come back to your dedication. Come back to your Bhakti. Beginning to scan your awareness down the body, noticing if there are any spaces or corners where you might be holding on to tension or resistance. If you notice any of those spaces, take a deep breath in, focusing to that space, and exhale, let go, relaxing. We're coming to 2.5 moments into the pose, so we are halfway through already. If you'd like to come any deeper into the pose, you can take props away. You can come a little bit deeper in, or you can extend the arms out in front of you. So finding that edge. We are approaching our final moment in the pose. If you would like to go any deeper, maybe exploring the posture in a little bit more depth, you can walk the fingertips out further in front, maybe allowing the chest to come down, or removing a prop if you're using any. And if you're feeling resistance in this pose, tend to store a lot of emotions, baggage around the hips. If you're feeling things come up and it's feeling uncomfortable, bring your focus back to that dedication and send that energy, send good energy out to your devotion. See if you can transfer those sensations, that uncomfortable sensation into positive energy and send it out. Final 5 breaths. Well done, guys. This is a deep pose. Breathing in and out. Inhaling. last 2 breaths. And when you're ready, take a last deep inhale into the nose. Sigh out through the mouth. Press down into the palms. Slowly lift yourself up. And you can come into whichever rebound feels best for you after this pose. You can come into a child's pose. That can feel quite nice. You could bring your pillows in between the knees and come into a supported variation of child's pose. That can be nice after our sleeping swan. Or you can come to lay on the back, whichever feels best for you in this moment. Connecting back to the breath. And taking a few deeper breaths into the nose, out through the mouth, letting go. Into the nose, out through the mouth, letting go. Last few breaths. And taking your last breath. Making your way just slowly back to your tabletop. So knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, and send that right knee to the back of the right wrist. Sliding the left leg away, using props, bricks or blankets underneath that right sitting bone if you need a little bit of support there. Otherwise, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, just slowly come down, maybe supporting the head, stacking the hands, bringing a book or block in, or extending the arms out. Remembering you can always use pillows as well under the chest to add in a little bit of support. And then closing the eyes. Finding stillness in the pose. And as we begin to settle into this side, connecting back to your dedication, your devotion, connecting back to that space at the heart, sending love out of this space, out into the world, out in Bhakti. Making sure that the shoulders are soft, hips are squared, head is relaxed, neck is long. We are already coming to halfway through this posture. If you'd like to adjust and find a deeper edge here, you can maybe extend the arms out in front of you, walking the fingertips away, bringing the head and the chest closer to the mat, or you could remove a cushion or a pillow, blanket if you're using one underneath the chest, or a brick if you're using one underneath the hip. towards our final moment here. If you would like to go deeper, finding a deeper edge now. And let's connect back to the breath for this final moment. Connecting to that slow and steady inhalation to exhalation. Deep flowing breaths into the nose, out through the nose. With every exhale, inviting more softness. With every exhale, letting go. With every exhale, going deeper. And in your own time, taking your final 5 breaths here. Slowly, after that last breath, walking the hands in, slowly lifting up, taking an inhalation, opening the mouth, letting go. You can sit yourself back into child's pose as your rebound. You can bring your pillows in to support you, or you can come to lay on the back, whatever feels best for you. I always think a supported child's pose is a really nice rebound after sleeping swan. Closing the eyes again when you're ready, when you're settled. And breathing into the nose, out through the nose. Taking a few last deep breaths into the nose and out through the mouth. Into the nose, out through the mouth, and slowly make your way onto your backs, coming into our final posture for our practice, into Shavasana. So you might like to support the body here. You might like to bring a pillow or a book behind the head or a rolled up blanket. You might like to bring a couple of pillows underneath the knees to add in a little bit of support. That can be a really nice variation as well. Letting the hands just drift down next to the hips, palms up. Relaxing the shoulders, closing the eyes. And let's take 3 deep breaths together. Breathing into the nose and sighing out through the mouth. Into the nose. As you sigh, release, let go, relax. One more deep breath in. And one more deep breath out. Starting to relax the expression on the face, the space at the jaw, the space at the brow, softening the expression, and slowly beginning to just scan your awareness down the body, relaxing the muscles from the shoulders to the fingertips, from the top of the neck to the base of the spine, from the chest down to the navel, and from the hips down to the toes. And for the next few moments, just allowing yourself to come to a place of rest, of total relaxation. Slowly beginning to just bring awareness back into the body. Maybe moving the fingers and toes first. Keeping the eyes closed and taking another deep breath in and a deep breath out. A deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more long inhalation and one more deep sigh as you exhale. Maybe extending the arms out and taking a long full body stretch from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your side. And slowly coming back to a comfortable seat. Bowing the head and with the eyes closed. Bringing the awareness back into your heart space. You can bring the hands to rest over the chest if you would like. Bowing the head and just taking a moment to give thanks to your devotion. I'd like to close our practice with a reading I think really resonates with the time we're finding ourselves in at the moment. Often, the best moments of our lives arise within the pause between our endless hurrying. Slow down, enjoy your coffee, eat sitting still. Don't text and walk or drive. Just text fully, communicate fully, eat fully, be fully, live fully, love fully, and feel fully. Remember that presence is just one pause away. Breathe, smile, cry, connect. It's never too late to fall in love with your life. So when you're ready, raising your hands to prayer at heart center, and maybe taking this last moment to just set an intention to take with you off your mat. Maybe something around this theme of connection. How could you connect with yourself? And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, a long breath out. Raising your prayer to the space between your eyebrows for wisdom. Lowering your prayer to your lips, to remember to always speak your truth. And finally, bringing your prayer to your heart, to remember to always live in gratitude. Namaste. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for our Yin practice. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you'd like to check out more MOREMIND yoga practices, we've got a whole series that's beginning to come up on YouTube, and we're going to be adding more every week to help support you with your well-being holistically, mentally, physically and emotionally throughout this time in lockdown. So thank you so much.